Get up. Who did almost all of the work for this, by the way? Besides the Moishe House people.
I want to start off by thanking our hosts, Moishe House. They did so much work. They've been cooking pasta for like 3 days in batches. And it's been incredible working with them. Just an incredible opportunity. So thank you so much for hosting us. As Liz said, I'm Mike Garber. I'm on the organizing committee of JAM DC, and we're an organization that brings together Jews and Muslims, young professionals from throughout the city and the metropolitan area for cool events like this to bring together our communities and have an opportunity to meet one another and become friends. And we really appreciate that all of you have come out here today to join us. A few administrative things before we jump into the very short, I promise, programming. First, if you haven't signed in yet,
short blessings.
Please do.
That's useful for the light. The first one's on the wine, and I seem to have left it inside. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Amen. The second one is commemorating the holiday. It's a prayer that we generally say, I think, on any of the holidays. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'echianu v'kiyimanu v'kiyimanu lazman hazeh. And the last one is unique to this holiday. I have my props. Super brief explanation, because I'm sure not everyone is familiar with what this is. This is called a lulav, and it's a collection of 4 different items. One is a palm branch, one's a willow, and one is a different kind of tree. I can't recall. Myrtle, thank you. And this is what's called an esrog, which is citron, not very common. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say the prayer, and I'm going to shake them together. The reasoning for this is that each of the 4 different objects here represent a different kind of Jew. Very brief, the lulav, for example, which is the date, it has a taste but no smell, and this represents someone who learns Torah and the good books, but they don't necessarily do good deeds. One of these is the reverse. They have a smell but not a taste, so it's one who does good deeds but doesn't do Torah. One of them has neither. They do neither. And then the esrog, if you're like me and you have a taste and a smell, then you're all fighting. The idea is that for it to be a kosher lulav, all 4 things have to be in place. So, in a sense, this is like a holiday of unity, which is why I think this sort of event is so fitting.
Do you need that one?
Probably not. All right. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kadashanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al netilas lulav.
Amen.
Yay! Thank you. Did you want to talk about it?
You can go for it. You seem way more knowledgeable than me.
You had something prepared.
I do. That's true.
All right, well, go for it. I can chip in if anything.
Okay, yeah, most of it's inaccurate. Hello, I'm Leslie. I met many of you as you came in. I'm on the JAM DC organizing committee. Amar? So I just wanted to tell you a little bit about Sukkot as a holiday, and then we'll have someone up here to talk about Eid as a holiday. So this holiday has a lot to do with being outdoors, hence why we're starting out here. It sort of has a dual significance in history. It's partly to commemorate our ancestors wandering the desert for 40 years, and partly to celebrate the harvest that happens around this time every fall. The name Sukkot comes from the plural of the word sukkah, which sort of means a temporary structure. It kind of looks like a pergola, but temporary, that you cover in branches, and you're commanded to sleep outside, eat outside, celebrate outside, party outside in this sukkah during the holiday of Sukkot. So it's actually like one of my favorite holidays, and hopefully many people's favorites, or the most fun holiday, because all you do is just kind of hang out outside, which is a really nice thing to do this time of year. You already heard about the lulav in the etrog. I don't know, am I missing anything here? That was about the basics. All right, now,
And since
Amar,
it's the harvest holiday, there's fruit salad and vegetables.
Yes. Also, before Amar comes up here, we wrote some little questions that are printed out on little cards like this and distributed throughout the area here. If you find yourself talking to someone new, maybe someone of a different faith or background than you, you can pick this up and ask each other, like, why do so many of our holidays focus on delicious food? And you can have a nice conversation about that and make a new friend. All right, Amar.
All right, you're gonna have to take the pictures, otherwise Stu's gonna kill you for having pictures.
All right.
But hey, I'm Amar Zakila. I am also part of the JMDC organizing committee. I guess I'm talking about Eid. One of the biggest things about Eid, I guess, is meat, which you will see today. So basically, this Eid, this is like the second of two Eids. I don't know actually in order. Yeah, this is the second of two Eids, and they're the major holidays for Muslims, and basically commemorates the time of when the Hajj is being performed in Saudi Arabia. So it's the, if I'm screwing something up, Pervez, just scream from there because I may not get the right details. But it's supposed to commemorate the end of the Hajj. You're supposed to do a sacrifice at the end of a Hajj, which is, Hajj, for those people who don't know, by the way, is the major pilgrimage. Muslims from all over the world go to Saudi Arabia. They do a bunch of religious rites, and they celebrate at the end of it with a lot of meat. And so the sacrifice, actually the interesting thing about it when it pertains to Jews and Muslims is that it's supposed to commemorate Abraham's sacrifice of his son. And so that's kind of what people are thinking of when they're doing it, that God commanded Abraham to sacrifice his son, and he did it even though it was so tough for him to do it. So another pointer that was given to me to talk about Eid was that it's a lot about doing charitable work, which is like you take 1/3 of the meat that you have sacrificed, 1/3 of that portion goes actually to the needy, and 1/3 goes to your relatives, and 1/3 is for yourself. That's kind of the idea behind all of that. I'm going to add a little bit more to just the Eid thing because I didn't realize there were different kinds of Jews. I thought they were all the same. I'm kidding, but I did definitely learn something that was pretty cool, so thank you for that information. I don't know if I'm missing anything on Eid. If someone wants to chime in, I do want to acknowledge that Nadine, where are you? Nadine is one of the people who organized this, and she was supposed to talk about it, but because she doesn't like the limelight, I'm going to put it on her for a second. And
thank you. So yeah, when we were planning this event, we
apparently can't get off yet.
We were asking our Muslim friends and those who are on the board with us and helped us out planning, okay, what is Eid? Like, what is it all about? Because we explained what Sukkot is about, and they're like, food, mainly meat. And we're like, okay, awesome, but what is it about? And they're like, no, food, mainly meat. And we're like, okay. So in honor of that, I believe that food is served. Yes. So dinner is served. So grab a plate.